Hello friends, my name is Renuka, and for today's card I am using this Samsung Says Stamps Stitch Rectangle die and the Stitch Slopes and Hills. And for stamp I am using Photopolymer Clear Stamps by Everally, and it is like Let It Snow. So what I did here, I choose one wooden paper and it is by MME Wood Necessities. They're having really nice shades, and these paper are double-sided. So I use this stitch rectangle and cut out the one frame and one panel here. After that, this is my card. I took 8.5 by 11 sheet, cut it into half and fold this into 5.5. So this is our card base, and now as you see, this paper is double-sided, so I'm planning to use something like this. And I cut two white papers by using this and this stitch line hills and slopes here. And after that I'm planning to stick these heels first. So for that I'll use simple adhesive and I'll place this heel first and then the another one, and after doing this I'll cut the excess and before stamping on it I'm planning to emboss everything. So I'll use this EK powder tool here and then Versa fine ink, and I already put this big branch die and two birds and snow, and I'll just remove these birds, and I want to make sure that everything falls in a place. So these grid lines help me to line up the card lines so that my stamp is clear here. So now you can see it's in a position. So I'll just grab Versa fine ink and I'll dab it very generously. And here you can use a black embossing powder too, but for the subtle look I'm using here the Wow's white embossing powder. And after having the good press, I'll just press, and after this I'll use the one rough paper, and this is Wow embossing powder here, and I want that these hills should not be covered with the stamps, so I don't want to emboss the bark of the tree. And so I'll just I lift the and then I'll put this powder back in the bottle, and after that I'll grab my heat gun tool and I just emboss the whole thing. And now I want to give little bit twist to the card and just to make this frame very sturdy. And after this I want to add little bit more embossing on this, and what I'm planning to do here is I want little bit of snow kind of effect on these, and I want to stamp these small birds also. So for these birds I'll just pick one bird, and again I'm using the Versa fine ink, and I'll put the big bird first and then I'll use same procedure for the small bird too. After embossing these two birds, now I want to add a little bit of snow kind of effect here. So I just grab this and I kind of using those corner to push little bit. And now as there is a gap here, when I'm dusting this powder, I'll try to make sure that this powder didn't go in the gap, and I'm using the same powder again, and I'll just sprinkle generous amount of. And after this, now I want to little bit manipulate the things here. Now after embossing this, it's having kind of white on white effect. Now here I want to make shaker card, so I'll just use this scotch tape here, and I'm using one of the acetate and it's just from the packaging, so it's pretty thick. And after this I'm also using a foam tape, but before that I need to adhere this and cut out the panel of the. So here I need to cut little bit, so put this panel exactly inside and then line up everything at the same time. So okay, now it's pretty much done. So it's time to add the foam tape, and I'll just tentatively measuring this. I don't want too much bulk here, so I'm using only one layer of 1/8 inch here. And okay, I want to add little bit of color to these small birds, and for that I'm using here distress ink, and this one is walnut stain. And I'm kind of grabbing little bit of ink, and then I'll just color these birds. And after this I'll put little dots again, and that's it. And after adding these, now I want everything in the color of white, brown or golden, so I'm choosing this sequence here, and I'll use the quick pick to pick these small 7mm sequences. And I'll put some pastels too here, and I want some of them in these brown color too. So I'll use this, and I think I'll add this transparent white here, and another is here, from here, and I think I'll pick another brown for here. Actually, I'm not much concerned about the placing them in bottom, because most of the times all the shaker fall into the bottom. That's why I'm just sticking them. But after doing this, now I want to add a little bit different in this card. So I have this small heart punch, and I'll cut some hearts from this and something like that, and I'll add those here. So I just put some hearts here, and they having the same punch with small butterflies also. So it is really nice way to add something different rather than the normal sequence or beads to the card. So after placing lots of heart here, you can add something in gold and brown or silver paper if you have. I don't have those, so I'm adding only white ones here. Now it's time to rip off the backing of this window panel. And there is something sticking outside here, so I'll first of all cut that. And after this, it completes our card after placing the window, and I'll stamp 1 centimeter inside too. So just make sure that everything is in the frame before sticking the frame to the main panel here. And after this stuff is really sticky. I want to place this exactly in the middle. Okay, so now it's exactly in a place, and you can see these small hearts are going here and there. As this is not a much larger dimension sequence, these hearts are paper hearts, so you can see this. And after that I want to add little bit sentiment here, so I'm planning to add here everything is calm and bright. And for that, here I'm using Memento black ink, and I'll put this sentiment exactly in the middle. So this is today's card. I hope you like it, and if you enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel, give me thumbs up, and you can see all the list of the supplies I use on my blog. So see you soon, and enjoy winter. Bye bye. Have a crafty life.